Ever doing dirty beds on my feet, yeah, you know what it is. And I had to get going and applying pressure, nigga, don't be surprised that I'm on my shit. On the way, I'm doing better for myself, feeling kinda good, just flying like the ocean. And I got all my power back to myself, no singing, no ocean and shit. Yeah, got all my power back to myself, no ocean and shit. Had to keep going, so I'm on my groove, yeah, not doing dirty beds. And I built discipline, man, for myself, shining bright like the sun, yeah, you know just what it is. True stars, what I am, and all elements in a pentagram. And if you're scared, go to church, don't frown, man, don't frown. I can put on this shit, got the crown. Had to be flowing, went like 3 rounds. When I'm on the mic, on my shit, no Gemini, still speaking truth in this bitch. And I use my sword, that's in my mind. Pluto transforming this whole within shit. Gemini, what's going on, guys? If you're a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, progressed, or you do have it in any other placements in your chart, you can apply it. And if you do know how to apply it in those areas as well in your chart, you can do so as well. I said as well like 2 or 3 times there. It's crazy. But let's get right into it, Gemini. Let's get right into it. We're going to take a look at the current circumstance situation here. Happy full moon as well. You're going to get this on your traditional day, Wednesday, Mercury day, things of that nature. For you and Virgo, you know that's your partner paired up for Wednesdays. And you guys are going to get this reading. You can apply this reading to the full moon energy got going on right now, guys, this week. Energy is very prominent. The full moon portal lasts about 5-6 days, I like to say. Usually like 48 hours before the day of. We have the day of, which is obviously the most potent time for the energy, and then I say around 48 to 72 hours afterwards. So I like to say it's about a 6-day portal, so it's literally almost a week. So all the readings that are coming out this week, I didn't put it on the Scorpio title or the Taurus title or thumbnail, but all these readings will have the full moon thumbnail there for you guys to access. So make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you guys watch this reading as the full moon is significant. A lot of energy is coming out this week. We're going to tap into the energy here, Gemini, and let's see what's going on. I hope you guys are doing well. Got a little bit of a different angle coming on here, guys. I hope you guys can see everything pretty well, all the spreads. I think you do. Let me know how my mic is for you guys. We have the Death card coming out. A lot of that energy with Pluto and Aquarius. Personal transformation. I think this is a transformation of consciousness for a lot of air signs out there, but not just that, but for the entire collective. It's a transformation of ideas in the way we think about ourselves, our lives, and our well-being, state of being, and how we look at the world, right? How we take power and control over our perceptions and our self-identity here. You have the 10 of Wands coming out. Oppression. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe you feel a little bit exhausted. Maybe you feel like you have a lot of weight on your shoulders here, Gemini. Especially while you're undergoing this personal transformation. I feel like you are putting in a lot of work here. There's a lot of actions that you've been taking here recently. Okay, so we're getting 2s and 2s. Okay, so we got coming out in pairs here. We have the 5 of Swords. I'm getting a little bit of uncomfortability here emotionally. Gemini, we do have the Queen of Swords. I do feel like you had some information that you received that require you to separate from something in some way, shape, or form. Where this full moon around this week is going to have you releasing or letting go of something that no longer served you. And you're letting go of it based upon the energy that you receive from it, right? So it's not like you're putting out something. You're not like you're being the bad guy here, but I think it's something that you're just moving forward or separating from a little bit based upon how you receive it. And you may not like totally how you receive it. It may leave you a little bit emotionally, not really liking it, not really like it's not really there. It's like that a little ick in their mouth here, a little ick in your mouth, Gemini. This personal transformation you're undergoing, I do feel like is in relation to your work, your job, your career, and I do feel like you could be receiving something here, some sort of, I would say maybe like I wouldn't want to say information, but it has to do with your career. And I feel like it's going to allow you to move farther in your career. This can be receiving like a job opportunity or a level up in your position. And that's a part of the transformation. So you can maybe even undergoing that right now. That could be the underlying story of your personal transformation here, is like a level up within your career. Maybe you received a position, maybe a different position to a new job, but it has you looking at the road. It has you looking at the journey ahead or in the past, and how far you've came from certain things, and how you're moving forward in the future with certain things here. Gemini. And that's what's going to really allow you to move forward in a practical way, right? Take action that makes sense. I think you've took a lot of action. I think you've had a lot on your plate, a lot on your shoulders, not just now, but maybe in the past. So now you're doing things that make more sense, that are kind of, it's a little bit smarter. So it's like you know what they say, like not working for money but letting money work for you. That's a good saying I'm getting right now. Like that's like a like that's like the energy I'm getting, right? So it's like you're doing things a little bit smarter to where you don't have to work as hard physically, but you're positioning things to work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of energy. We're gonna pull two more cards for you, Gemini, as a collective, and tap into this energy. Show me, Gemini. Let's see what the next two cards are showing and looking like here. Make sure my mic is still alive. Yes, we're good to go. Show me, Gemini. Show me, Gemini. Pull two more cards for my Geminis out there. What you got going on, Gemini? Everything in pairs today. Okay, I was gonna say this one came out in threes. I'm going to shuffle it again. If we see this again, we know it's significant. We see the 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the 8 of Discs. Okay, so if we see that pop out again, we do know it's significant, but Spirit will let us know as well. Show me, Gemini. Let's pull these last two cards. Let's maybe clarify this 5 of Swords and Queen of Swords energy. Clarify this 5 of Swords. Had one flip right here. Knight of Wands. So this is interesting. I feel like, okay, so this 5 of Swords. This 5 of Swords. See, so there may have been a conversation or some sort of conflict. Yes, conflict within the mind, possibly in the position 3, possibly within the home, um, like the home, the environment, your surroundings, your job, your workplace, your online marketplace. But I feel like there was some conflict there, right? And it's swords. So I feel like there was some conflict, some arguments, and maybe there was something said from someone in this position in your surroundings that said something you don't like, and that's why you're separating from something here, and you're moving the other way. You're looking the other direction, and you're taking off that way because you're not dealing with what these people are saying towards you or how they're making you feel here. Like that's something you may need to let go from or separate from. And like even if this is like family or things of that nature, right? Because third house deals with kind of some of that energy, along with the fourth house, of course. But I'm just saying, in third house, it could be relative. I feel like it's more like job, like workplace, where you have to kind of distance yourself from these people who kind of like to cause conflict, who like to talk, like to like naysay. That has you emotionally disrupted, right? So you have to look the other way and go that other direction with that Knight of Wands here. Take action that's in alignment to you, right? If it is family for some of you guys, and you feel like you're being disrupted emotionally based upon like a lot of conflict within the family, within the household, um, there are certain things. Maybe there's certain see this one's when it comes to family, it's kind of tough because you can't just initially separate from family that's maybe causing you conflict, but there's certain things you gotta assert. Maybe if you receive some information that causes this emotional disruption, you have to assert and use your words and use your voice and kind of assert your power here. And you kind of have to let people know like, all right, what's good, and the boundaries that need to be set within the household, and that's you kind of moving in the direction with this Knight of Wands here, taking the right actions, right? That's kind of in alignment to who you are and what you want to see within your environment. Let's pull this last card for you, Gemini. There you go, nice and clear. And then we have the Five of Wands. So yes, this is uncomfortability here, Gemini. You're a little uncomfortable. We have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Aries is significant. Aries could be significant, or you could have that in your chart. Or this could be having to do with like a boss type figure, someone with authority, like a higher up within a position here. For some of you guys, you're taking action in this way in accordance to the Knight of Discs. You're taking action with this new job position here that is a little bit uncomfortable for you, but you know it's going to get you into a higher position and a new sense of status with the Emperor. That's going to put you into like that higher up position to where you now become the boss, the manager, the supervisor, right? Instead of like just the employee. And you're kind of looking at how far you came with this card here, the Queen of Discs. Like, dang, right? Some of you guys, it could tie with this up layer. The bottom could be tying for this up layer, like underlining stories. For others of you, the top is a separate story, the bottom is a separate story, right? So I like to break down both. So Gemini, that's looking very, very interesting, looking very kind of intense, looking a little bit uncomfortable. We do have the full moon. It is an uncomfortable time. Emotions are high. We see a lot of fives. So I do feel like emotions are very kind of high for you. Maybe not high, but they're a little bit uneasy, a little bit uncomfortable. Gemini. So the support is here. Go towards the people who love you. Go towards the people who want to see you win, and maintain and keep that vibe. Don't worry about naysayers. Don't worry about haters. Stay focused on what you want. Stay focused on your direction here, Gemini. Let's see, Gemini. We're going to pull the spread now, and we're going to tap into the circumstances situation. That's collective energies I like to see. That way you guys can kind of get and pick what resonates and things of that nature. Remember, this is not one-on-one. This is collective. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're looking for one-on-one, hit that link in the description box below and get tapped in. We can get that going for you. Reminders too, Awoken Minds, the community closes, as the horn of confirmation blows, closes as of January 30th. Our public broadcast channel via Telegram will be remaining open, but the Academy community does close January 30th and will be invite only. So the only way to get in is to possibly contact me, and to possibly contact me is through our readings, our coaching, our Telegram, and those are about the three ways you can contact me. I probably won't answer Instagram. I probably will not see Instagram. I'm not on Instagram like that anymore. It's been a long time since I've been very active on Instagram, but I do have Instagram. You can check me out there. I do posts and stuff like that, of course, when necessary. MC333 official underscore official, and you should see that pop up, no problem. I manage a record label as well, guys, so I have to maintain those Instagram pages and social accounts as well. On the side, we do have a little team and things of that nature, but we shall be expanding soon. Also, if you do music, Gemini, I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you do music, hit that. Let me know. Book a free consultation. We'll talk a little bit about music. All right. Anyways, back to your reading. Let's do it. We'll do one more this way. Show me Gemini. Okay. The Empress. Trust your intuition, Gemini. I wonder if you guys can hear my dog. He wants to go outside, but I just put him outside. He's still a puppy though, so he'll cry. He'll cry and cry and cry. So we see the Six of Swords. You've learned something here. There's something in the past that you were privy to that you learned. Some sort of communication, some sort of information that allows you to learn about the actions that you need to take. We do see the Knight of Wands showing back up again, which is very nice. We see that in the collective spread. Hidden influence, we have the Six of Cups. There's pleasure here. So you're moving forward in a pleasurous way in something that you know is fulfilling. You learned something. There's some information that you've been studying. There's something that you've been watching, something that you've been receiving with this water energy. It could have been and it has to do with information. So you're watching something. This could be personal education. This could be school. This could be learning. This could be readings. This could be even music. Just learning through lyrics and understanding what lyrics really resonate to you and what lyrics really embed deeply within your emotional state here. We have the Three of Wands, virtue. See, so I think taking virtuous actions can be tough for you here, Gemini. Sometimes, maybe in this current time, I think you're a very righteous person. We've had a lot of nice energies for you through our past readings, and I think this is just a little bit of turmoil right now, and it's all about maintaining the actions and maintaining action with virtue, with integrity. So be mindful of that. The full moon can be a very fiery time. I see a lot of fire in your reading right now already, and this can be a very explosive time. So try not to explode too much. Try not to explode at all, actually. There's a lot of power in your response, and you can learn from that. So we do have the 7 out here, and we have the High Priest at the bottom of the deck. Trust your intuition. I like this. So we have the six of swords. You definitely learned something. There was something in the past or just recent past. I feel like this was recent past. You're learning about yourself. You're learning about certain things that allow you to be and expand your mind Maybe there's certain things within your work scenario or work or career that's allowing you to learn new skill sets. That's expanding the way you think and your perception of the world and what you're able to do here. So this is why you're moving forward and taking actions in the ways that you know you need to do it, because they it's kind of like you're learning because you're learning new things. It's like you have that kid energy, that childish energy to just keep going, right? It's like it's very interesting how you're learning new things and the ability that we can always continue learning. I always say a learning mind is a fruitful mind. If you're willing to learn, you will maintain the energy of youth. Once you become dormant and you decide to stop, that's when the mind starts to lose a little bit of control, and I think it starts to deteriorate. The mind is a muscle, just like everything else. It needs to be moved, and moving our mind is obviously we can't lift it like we're lifting weights or go for a run or do some pull-ups, but we have to learn. We have to keep educating ourselves, and I think that's what you're kind of realizing now, especially as an air sign. You're um, very intellectual in that way. I'm kind of I have a Gemini fifth house, so in my spare time, how I have fun is writing, is learning, is speaking, is making music, is using my voice, is always educating myself, journaling, like stuff like that keeps my mind active, and that keeps me young, that keeps my youth um, primal, right? So that's a very important thing here. Um, and being the willingness to learn is what's going to keep you young and keep you updated with the perceptions of the world, because the world is transforming in such fast ways, in such overwhelming ways to some people, that if you can maintain and keep your mind where you're learning and you're going through information and things of that nature, you can keep up with the world actually, and you'll look back and be like, damn, I'm actually might be surpassed where a lot of people are, just because of your ability to learn so quick. So that's a gift, so make sure you note that down. There's pleasure within your environment, within your surroundings. I think you see pleasure within your job, within your family, your home. I think you do see pleasure here, which is very nice. Um, I do see it's hard for you to kind of take trouble. There's maybe an Aries in your life that's hard to kind of be aligned with here. There could be a fire sign that's like you feel like you may not like the way they take actions, or like you may not like to take actions with them. This could be like someone in the home, a fire sign. Maybe a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries that like see, like, because it's virtue. This is like that family, that Gemini energy. That's three. That's your energy, the union, right? And I think it's hard for you guys to blend. Like it's like look, when you try to have like that conversation, or you try to do things with her, like there's no like there's no union. There's always maybe a headbutt, or why are you doing this, or how come something's like that, or that's not like this, or this is not aligned, right? So that's annoying for you. That's annoying for you, and it's challenging for you to even just think about doing things with that with that maybe individual, or doing things that way, right? Like everything doesn't always blend, and I get that. Um, I totally get that, but it may be an obstacle for you in this time to learn, so you know how to move forward. The full moon is in Leo, so this could definitely or infinitely be a Leo in your life that is seems like it's challenging for you guys to do things together. To offer, and that's that virtue, because you're not just doing things alone, but you're able to do things together. You're able to understand someone else's mindset and someone else's actions, so that you can coincide, right? Coincide with unity. And that might be a very big theme for you around this week here, Gemini, especially with the full moon. All that will be illuminated. You may even see there's a lot of fire. You may even see conversations. You may have conversations. You may see certain actions that you may notice trigger you, or certain conversations that may have, maybe tough to have. You may be put in a scenario where you have to take action with this person here. During the full moon, a lot of the things that we kind of keep under the surface here come to light. So don't be surprised if you see, um, if you really have to learn to take action with this person. If there's aggression, maybe this person will not like the way you take action because you don't take action with them. The three is unity, the three is connection, the three is trinity, the three is harmony. So because that's not there, the spark and the passion and the fire may come out, which is kind of the aggression, right? Kind of that impulse. So be mindful of how they're reacting. The fact that you're watching the reading right now, that you're ahead of the game, and you already are aware to the fact that something could happen to where it can explode, or they may not like something that you're doing. So how can I unify that? How can I explain the actions that I'm taking are in alignment to maybe how they see things, how we can do things together. Maybe there's a way to have a conversation to do things together, right? Um, maybe you can explain yourself of how you're taking actions in the way to you, so they can get a better understanding on why you guys do things differently, or why you do things the way you do and they do the things the way they do, right? It's kind of like it's kind of creating that virtue, because I feel like that virtue may not be there. That unity with how you guys take action may not be there, right? It may not blend all the time, and you may really see this during the full moon. So be mindful of that. The Seven of Cups with your outer influence, others' perspectives here, and what you emotionally connect to. Um, I think there's a lot of options within your external world. I think there's a lot of the Scorpio energy. I think there is a lot of things in your external world that may fulfill you. Um, People, places, and things. I think there's opportunities that you're seeing, even just emotional connections and people that you can relate to. Um, but a lot of them, some of them aren't for you. Some of them you don't want to go towards. Some of them you do want to engage in, and you're assessing that right now. You're assessing the external world and what's really fulfilling towards you. Position 6, what you need to pay attention to is Ace of Wands. This is exactly how you take action, and um how you voice your motivations here, right? Because you have to pay attention how you're taking action here. You are taking action with the Knight of Wands. There might be Three of Wands, which means the way you take action may not be in unity with a group or more than one individual. Like this, the actions that you take, others could see it as like, oh, that's selfish. Why is he doing that? It's only good for him, right? So that you need to pay attention to that. That's the Ace. Pay attention to how your own actions, right? So if someone says something to you, pay attention to how you react, especially your reactions during the full moon. If someone says something, don't blow up too much. Carry yourself in a way for them to understand the actions that this person is taking isn't selfish, but it's actually for the betterment of all of us. Virtue. The outcome card is the Princess of Swords. So you're going to see the manifestation come to be of the idea that you had. Maybe what you've learned. I think this could be some of you guys learning all this as well. And I think you're going to start to see that manifest. I think you've learned a lot about yourself and a lot about your reactions, your responses. And when you take action with more integrity and you do it for the unification of others, not just yourself, you will see the benefits of that with the Princess of Swords. I like it. These readings are very dynamic. It's a lot of scenarios that could play out. Um, they've been very intense so far with this full moon, but I like it, guys, and I hope this brought you clarity. Before we go, I'm pulling a mystery confirmation card. This is what I was supposed to do before we even got deep into the spread. But honestly, the energy had me. So be mindful, because the energy might have you. We're going to get right into it. We're going to get right into it. Give me confirmation for Gemini. Temperance energy, I see. Make sure the things you're doing, you have meaning and reasoning, right? If people are questioning the actions that you take, and provide that meaning and reasoning. It's not justification, but it's meaning and reasoning. Intent. What's the mystery card, baby? I didn't even guess, but we ain't guessing today. We want to see these energies. We want to tie them together. What's our confirmation? Six of Swords. Oh, that's our confirmation for sure. Six of Swords, because that's what we have in the past. And exactly that. I think you're learning. I think you've done a lot of learning. I think you've done a lot of work in your mindset, with your for your mind and with your mind this year, or this time, or the recent past. And I think that it's your mindset that allows everything to afloat. It's your way of thinking, it's your way of communicating that brings balance to all, right? So I like that for you. You've learned a lot. You know that the way you can communicate and the way you perceive the world can take care of a lot of people. So don't let anyone think that the actions you're taking are selfish, because you are doing it for the sake of others. But it could be tough, for the virtue and with others in mind, but it's obviously hard. Um, So be mindful of your actions and your reactions here. I'm going to go take care of my dog. I hear him bark. He's probably hungry, but I'm going to go do that. You guys take care, Gemini. I hope this resonated. Comment down below. Let me know what resonated. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go. This is very interesting. I love it for you. If you guys want any extensions here, you know what to do. Hit that link in the description box below. I think you're paying attention to a lot of how you think. I think you're paying attention to your mindset. I think you're paying attention to your words, which is good, because that's in alignment to the Ace of Wands. And the more you pay attention to how you respond, the more you're going to see manifest from this. This is the mindset, the swords. The princess is the manifestation. So hold that vibe, Gemini. Let's go. As we close out here, I want to remind you that you are the most important part of this channel, 333 Tarot. As always, I'm watching from afar and I'm rooting for you.
I'm seeing knowing better because I gotta do right, you know, man. I had to build it up just for my team and my family. Kept it going on my feet, 10 and 20 toes, man, you know it, G. And that's just how I'm coming, man, you know I'm true to me. I had to set the plan, didn't know I was executing me. And if you don't see me presented in the present, might not be the time. I'll be walking divinely alive. 777, seeing all my past, you know I'm fly. And I'm flying with the angels, man, it's saw time. MC triple 3, I'm rapping on the beat, it's also coming here. And they don't know about the boom bap, you know it's me. Coming on this beat so hard, SCW and let's do individuals me. They wasn't ready for what we presented, so I know they might just hate.